Size for the 4 new Denon receivers. We'll compare those. Here's the 2700 and the 3700 side by side, front and back. Okay, same story. Everything is pretty similar to the previous models, just with the 8K upgrades and HDMI sockets disappearing off the front. Internally, there's our 8K HDMI 2.1 modules being kept cool there by some big black heat sinks. Here is a list of feature differences between the two. I think the 3700 is a bit of a sweet spot for Denon. It's got a couple of extra things going on here I like, including 11.2 channels of processing, 4 overhead Dolby speakers, and it's got that preamp mode, which I think may find favour for enthusiasts as well. Here is the 3700 compared to the 47. Geez, Denon, you know, I look at the 3700 and go, geez, that's a good product. But now you look at this fella. When we get to this one, it's only $3.5 grand. Okay, so it's got the status. It looks like a 6700. Let's face it. You've got your HDMI input back here as well. Internally, you'd go, well, you know, it's not that much better than a 3700. This has a metal front panel, which is obvious when you see it with its lid off. Which this is plastic. Don't forget. But while this is like for like in many ways, when you get to the list of differences, I actually think the 4700 is the sweet spot. These two kind of share the jostling for the #1 spot in which is the better value product. This has Denon sound quality, 32-bit alpha processing starts at this model. It's not Japanese made though, but it is still a well-built, well-designed amplifier. And I will point out, guys, something that isn't very obvious. You have to look at this very carefully. Every Denon and Marantz receiver runs at 24-bit, except for these ones, which are set to run at 32. That's bit depth of astounding proportions. When alpha processing is also running at 32 bits, man, that's what I want. I want that happening like for like processing. So I think this is our 4700 is my Denon choice for value for money, in my opinion. I will move to the next slide, which is the 47 and 6700 compared. Look very similar side by side. Internally, there's a big standout, those modules that we're used to seeing now at this price point, discrete physical amplifiers, which aren't present in the next model down, is the big obvious change. Surprisingly though, a short list of differences in terms of 0.2 features on the list. Whoops, I've got a typo there. That 32 and 42 should not be on there. That's a copy paste error. I do apologize. That is a mistake. I'll have to fix that before I hand this out as a PDF. But if you want to get into Oro, 13.1 processing versus 10.1 is a reason to go all the way up to the 11 channel 6700 perhaps.